What is up, Fighting Irish fans? It's your good friend Timm here with your Fighting Irish Daily Blitz. It is Purdue Boilermakers post-game edition. And is that any better? How do you like that one? Notre Dame rushes for 362 yards and 6 touchdowns in a 66-7 rout over the rival Purdue Boilermakers, or the Purdue Boilermakers, as I sometimes say. But yeah, what a good one. What a fun one to watch. Some guys got some rest in the second half, which was great. And, you know, all things clicking, it was the exact opposite of what we saw in last week's loss to Northern Illinois. Ugh. Still can't say that with a straight face. But quarterback Riley Leonard finally gets the Notre Dame offense off the ground on Saturday against the Boilermakers, but he did it with his feet. As Leonard and Jeremiah Love dominated the first half of this one with strong rushing performances, helping Notre Dame pound Purdue 66-7 for the most lopsided loss in the Boilermakers' 137-year history. Wow. Just shocking, especially if you're on the Boilermakers side. But the big numbers weren't as important to Leonard. He talked a little bit after the game than, fixing the stuff that was wrong last week, which obviously disgusted him and the team. He said after the game, quote, "I was just itching to get on the field again, to prove myself. I just wanted another opportunity to get back out there. So this game was not only big for me, but big for the whole team," end quote. And that certainly showed with the play on the field, without question. And then whatever the difference was, whatever it was they did differently this week in preparation as opposed to last week during the game and in preparation, it worked. And it worked to the point that it worked so well that Riley Leonard didn't even play the second half of the game. Notre Dame collected 278 of its 362 total yards rushing in the first two quarters, led by Love and Leonard. The Irish rolled to their highest point total and largest margin of victory in the 88-game series between the two programs. It was also Notre Dame's highest point total since a 66-14 victory over New Mexico in 2019. Love had 11 carries for a career-best 109 yards, including that 48-yard touchdown carry, as Purdue loses its 9th straight in the battle for the Shillelagh Trophy. Sorry, that's the best I can do on the accent. And this one really was never close. It was one of those that it was fun to watch in the first half, but then at some point, I don't care what side you're on, you just kind of get bored with it, right? The onslaught began on the 5th play of the game when Love sprinted down the sideline for his 48-yard touchdown. Leonard made it 28-0 with TD runs of 3, 34, and 13 yards. Notre Dame capped the half with 2 touchdowns in the final 92 seconds with the interception return and then the 70-yard touchdown run from Jadarian Price that made it 42-0 at the half. It matched Purdue's largest halftime deficit since 2013 when Ohio State led 42-0. Marcus Freeman worked on the Buckeye staff that season, so a little connection there between the two instances. But yeah, Leonard going 11 of 16 with 112 yards through the air before he finally got his rest. Purdue finished with 162 yards of total offense. Hudson Card, the former Texas Longhorn quarterback, boy, they don't need him anymore, do they? Was 11 of 24 passing for 124 yards, 1 touchdown. He also threw 2 interceptions. So what does all this mean? Well, for Notre Dame, I think Marcus Freeman and the Irish wanted to show everybody that last week the loss to Northern Illinois was just a hiccup. It's obviously not who the team is. It's not their identity. But if the Irish continue to play this way, as they've got Miami of Ohio coming up on Saturday, if they can continue to play this way, they will certainly prove that they belong in the discussion with the new expanded 12-team college football playoff. Notre Dame is now 2-0 against Power 4 opponents. And, of course, with this win, their playoff aspirations remain intact. For Purdue, it was just ugly. There was an inexplicable 21-point flurry in the final 2:10 of the first half that had fans booing. And if you watched the game on TV, they were leaving at halftime against the Irish. So it was a costly victory, though, for Notre Dame in the injury front, as right guard Billy Schrouth and center Ashton Craig both had to be helped off the field after suffering what looks like knee injuries. Neither played again. And can't remember which one of them was actually came back on the sideline with crutches. I don't remember if it was Craig or Schrouth. I think it was Schrouth. But defensive lineman Jordan Botello was carted off the field with a right leg injury. He did not return. So, yes, some injury concerns. We will update those in an episode here coming up this week when we start to get into the Miami of Ohio preview. I would love to hear what you guys think about the win over Purdue. Was it justified? Does it take away any bothers that you had or concerns you had after the loss to Northern Illinois at home last week? Sorry, I keep bringing that up, but it's recent still. It's still pertinent, I think, to what happened on Saturday. But I'd love to hear what you think. You can find me on both X and Threads at IndyCar Timm. I would love to hear. Make sure you give us a follow over there. I'll follow you back. And, maybe we'll find something to talk about for the preview here. We may delve a little bit more into the offensive just masterpiece that we had here from the Irish a little bit early this week before we get into the Miami of Ohio previews, because that will be next Saturday. I don't have a time yet for that game, but I'll make sure we get one out on the shows, one of the shows here this week before we get to the preview. But that's going to do it for us. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thanks for checking in here on FanStream Sports. Make sure you check out FanStreamSports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app, and FanStream Sports TV, which is our YouTube channel. Go check it out for all of the latest college football podcasts, NFL podcasts, sports podcasts, all that fun stuff that we do over there for you. Make sure you subscribe on your favorite podcast app to the audio portion of this and other podcasts, or just check them out at FanStreamSports.com. I am IndyCar Timm, and we'll do it again. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.